Welcome to Keno North Stadium in Tucson, Arizona. Don't let the sun on the beautiful blue sky deceive you. It's a little chilly for Major League Soccer preseason action at the Mobile Mini Sun Cup. Today, the New York Red Bulls face off with the home team, Phoenix Rising Football Club out of USL. They were in the championship match a year ago, and they're going to take on a young group of Red Bulls, many, of course, of the MLS side in the Dominican for tonight's big Champions League match. So you're going to get to see a lot of new faces, Red Bulls fans, as we walk you up to that match. And let's look at this starting 11, starting with Rashid Nuhu and the goal. A lot of youngsters, a lot of New York products, Fordham, Hofstra. Look at this back line. Sean Nealis, of course, just signed out of Hofstra. He's going to be in the middle of that back row. We're going to see a lot of Chris Lima today, and we're going to see a lot of the two injured players from a year ago, both coming back from knees. Vicente Bezecourt and Florian Vallat are both going to see quite a bit of action. We're going to see this group go the first 45, and Bezecourt, Lima, and Vallat will go into the second half. As we're underway, Red Bulls in the white. We'll take a look at Phoenix Rising lineups in just a moment. Talked about the sun and the blue sky. There's just a bit of a breeze right now. Temperature 53 degrees as we are underway. This is, of course, the second match for the Red Bulls at the Mobile Mini Sun Cup. They drew 2-2 with Portland after a wonderful start on Saturday, and there's some early aggression right off the bat with Valot. And that attack is blunted by Phoenix Rising. I think that first, especially the first 30 minutes against Portland, that was definitely the Red Bull way. And here they are with the pressure again, not allowing clearance for Phoenix Rising, even with this newer group. So the Red Bulls got out 2-0, and then Portland did rally for the draw, but it was definitely mission accomplished for that first group on Saturday. And, of course, the trip cut short a little bit because of Real Salt Lake's non-arrival earlier in the week, and that is why the Red Bulls scrimmaged with Portland on Thursday. First push forward for Phoenix Rising, and that's Ben Spencer, going to be a big player up top this year. Albuquerque product. Has been very close in MLS world, but has had a history of injuries, so big chance for him this year. And Phoenix Rising, with him and Adam John, they're going to really have a 1-2 punch up front. Phoenix Rising, of course, made it to the USL final a year ago, lost Didier Drogba, who's now fully part of ownership, did a great job, though, of setting the table for this franchise. And then Chris Cortez is gone, taking his 19 goals and 5 assists. So here's the 11 today with Lubin. The back line, a lot of guys you're going to see playing for FC Tucson in the USL 1. Rick Shantz there on the end of the bench. In his first full season, second season as head coach of Phoenix Rising. In the middle, Jason Johnson back. He'll actually be playing up front a lot along with Spencer today. And keep an eye on Joey Calistri, a veteran of several USL sides. He'll be in the middle with Moshe Perez and Carlston Hamlin, who was at Colorado Springs previously. So basically you're seeing a Red Bulls side. This is really what the twos are going to look a lot like. And you're seeing a Phoenix Rising side that's really about half of FC Tucson. And again, FC Tucson making their D3 debut. It's going to be called USL 1. They're going to play right here in this stadium. So both of these teams being rather flexible, but I think we'll see a lot of energy and spirit. And again, both sides, particularly the Red Bulls, are going to make a lot of substitutions. Red Bulls will pretty much do 2 full groups, going about 45. And again, those 3 we picked on earlier will probably play to the 60th minute. Phoenix looking to throw in. Red Bulls with that strong pressure. Amarildo de Souza, the Brazilian out of Red Bull World in Brazil, playing up top, along with Timar Lewis, trialist out of Salem University. They're both going to be very assertive. Now, good combination for Phoenix Rising down the left side. Ball in the box, but deflected, and it will come through to Nuhu. Nuhu out of Fordham, chosen in the Suffer draft this year. along with Lobe and Sean Nealis. Nealis just signed, if you didn't get the news this week, out of Hofstra. John Wolenek continuing to sing the praises of New York, New Jersey collegiate soccer. Goes hand in hand, of course, with the academy development. Now Red Bulls will organize a little bit more in the back. It's Reese Buckmaster, another draft choice from the very good Indiana University program. So a lot of these collegiates are going to get a strong look with Red Bulls 2. And again, Bezecourt and Valot are going to, I'm sure at some point, be on the MLS Red Bulls this year. They have the pedigree for that. Phoenix in retreat, kind of trapped on the end. Little trip there. Jean-Christophe Kofi from the Ivory Coast was a Medici United Academy. We resume play quickly. Man in the middle. And Phoenix fans will recognize this guy, Guido Gonzalez Jr. He was the fourth official in the championship match against Louisville. And Phoenix Rising rotates back to Zach Lubin. Lubin a solid number 2 to Carl Wazinski, who had 13 clean sheets last year on that USL runner-up team. Or Phoenix Rising, and if you look at the schedule, say, wait a minute, aren't they playing the Timbers tonight? They are. And this is part of why we have so many FC Tucson players here this afternoon. There will be another Phoenix Rising match coming up at 6 p.m. Mountain Time. One-timer from the top goes awry. And there's Chris Lima. So again, Lima, taking the opportunity, has momentum, doesn't have to turn. No time for the defender to get there. A lot of excitement about Lima, of course. True Academy prospect. Definitely going to play a big role with Red Bulls 2 this year. And quite possibly going to see some time with the MLS Red Bulls. Now, Phoenix Rising, very fortunate to have 2 veteran goalkeepers who both contributed to that team that made it all the way to the USL Cup final last year. Lubin played in 9 matches. There's a ball into the box, deflected, and in for Phoenix Rising. Kind of an excuse-me goal. But that's how it goes. It was sent in, and really not sent in with authority, by Ben Spencer. But the deflection goes in. And we may have review here for offside. Now looks like we're going to resume. That is offside, so no goal, as you would say in hockey. Phoenix Rising still in the attack. And now ball into touch for Red Bulls. And taking the throw in is Vicente Bezencourt. So with the 2 French wingers, you can choose your knee injury, MCL or ACL, from a year ago. Here's De Souza, the Brazilian. Let's look back at the other end a moment ago. And yeah, clearly offside. That was a good redirect, though. And it was Calistri who got things started. Spencer with the tip in, but Spencer was offside from really the get-go once that ball was put into play. So now restart for Red Bulls at the other end. Send in the box, still in play. Header, redirect, and that is going to set up a goal kick. That was Jonathan Da Silva, another Brazilian who is unsigned. But again, getting the strong look today. Ninth minute, scoreless. Both teams have had opportunities. Again, Phoenix, goal negated by an offside. There's some contact out near midfield. And a little blood is shed there by Calistri. But he will stay in. Phoenix Rising will throw in. Well, both of these organizations have had some very good USL success. And Phoenix Rising with a great finish to last year. Little miscue and a turnover and a chance again for Phoenix Rising, but just wide. Glancing the post is Ben Spencer. Well, that's what Ben Spencer is there to do. Take advantage of scoring situations. And this is a bit of sloppiness on the clearance by Buckmaster. Spencer can't quite make him play. But again, shown himself to be dangerous in the box, in close. And without a Chris Cortez this year, against Spencer and Adam John, who will probably start up top in the second match against Portland later today. They're going to create that opportunity. Right in the middle, there's a nice through ball. Deflected, that was Jason Johnson. Another returning guy, going to play a big role up top. And Phoenix Rising now maintaining some possession here after New York had some chances early on. Now some good patience by Phoenix Rising on the retreat. But as they retreat, Red Bulls into the pressure. And look who's got the throw in the attacking third. That's the Red Bull way. Throw in coming from Loeb. Nice little small touch, slip on the wet grass. And this field's in excellent shape this year at Keno Stadium. Had quite a bit of rain this winter, but of course in watering the turf right before the game, as is custom. The surface is a little slippery. Red Bulls retain possession off the throw-in. Lima starting it forward. Gives and gets. Well, they had a flat three at the top. Lima had no one to go forward to. D'Souza and Lewis ready to attack, and they'll press again. Now Christoph Kofi. And the ball is sent into touch by Loeb. No score in the 12th. A lot of possession for the USL runner-ups. Lima steps in again, break up the combination. Phoenix Rising will throw in. And Rick Shantz, who has previously been the coach here at FC Tucson, was not going to be in a head coaching position, but took over mid-season in June last year. And this team finished very strong, very offensive-minded. They were big-time goal scorers down the stretch and carried that momentum all the way to the championship against Louisville. And Louisville FC seems to be around all the time. They beat this Red Bulls team, the Red Bull 2s, twice in a row in the Eastern Conference Final of the USL. So the Red Bulls have seen enough of Louisville. Again, good retreat for Phoenix Rising. And that was Austin Ledbetter, one of the FC Tucson players, sending it back to Lubin. But the Red Bulls bring it right back in the pressure, into the box. Lewis cannot get an angle on it. Still in play at the top. Ball blocked with the body, and now a big takedown. At about 40 yards. And this will be a restart for Red Bulls. And slow to get up, but moving about now is Christoph Kofi. Here it is again. A lot of momentum there. No card coming up, as you might expect in the exhibition season. Discipline is at a premium because all these teams want to play. They want players in the match. But we are playing under discipline rules. So, 2 yellows, you will be out of the match. That ball's sent a little off center by Lima, and a goal kick coming up now for Phoenix Rising. We had a match last week where I believe a player accumulated 2 yellows, and the opposing coach wanted to keep 11 v 11 because they didn't want any benefit of 11 versus 10, but that was not the case. Our USL Pro officials playing by all the rules. Nice service in the snap of the header by De Sosa right to the hands of Lubin. Now, we mentioned about replay. VAR is in use. They're using all of our cameras that you'll see on the webcast. They have access to 6 cameras, including the 2 behind the goals. And, of course, this is an opportunity to practice the protocols. There are officials training to just operate the VAR system. And, of course, for all of the pro officials here, chance to get at the routine of stoppages to get it right. This will be the 3rd year that VAR has been had its own spring training here in Tucson. And the system always being tweaked. There is some discussion that referees will at some point be given a microphone, much like in American football, where you actually tell the crowd about the decision. A little more transparency. That involves a little bit of infrastructure, but that is being discussed. Likely will not see it this year. There's New York building. And a little traffic. Phoenix doing a good job because there was some space to the right. Lewis could have gotten clear. He would have had a good angle into the box. We're just past the quarter hour. Scoreless. Phoenix Rising. New York Red Bulls from Tucson. Moshe Perez takes care. Weaves the ball back to his keeper. And Phoenix Rising will build from the back. Long ball forward. And it's over the box. And once again, they get the ball at the foot of Ben Spencer. He had Calistri. And here it is. Nice send forward. Spencer with a lot of room to work. And good work by the defense getting back, including Loeb, who got right in the middle. He really made a good run. And then the defense from behind. And that's Da Silva, Jonathan Da Silva. And we'll bring our first corner kick of the match. Calistri will take it. And good job by Red Bull's defense. So we've seen a couple of good defensive recoveries already by the Red Bulls, even after a miscue, and not just one player hustling back. So we talked too much about the pressure, the forechecking, if you will, forward. But these young players also hustling at the back as well. Second corner coming up now for Phoenix Rising. And Perez will just touch it into Calistri. Calistri, quick service. Another ball in the air won by the Red Bulls. And there was a little contact there. It's always dangerous with the ball in the air. And there's De Souza. So De Souza getting all the way back. Man on top of the offense. Puts his body in the air. And after the whistle and the infraction, Nuhu will start it. New York Red Bulls, Phoenix Rising, Mini Mobile Sun Cup. The rest of Phoenix Rising plays at 6 o'clock against the Portland Timbers today. And then on Saturday, the final day of the competition, Phoenix Rising will play OKC Energy, so that'll be an all-USL matchup. And the Red Bulls will take on FC Dallas, and you will see that match. Do New York Red Bulls Facebook. That'll be at 1 p.m. Eastern Time on Saturday. And, of course, all the action from the Dominican Republic coming up. In fact, just as we're getting done, Red Bulls Radio will be getting on the air with Matt Harmon. That'll be at 7 Eastern. And it'll be the Honda countdown to kickoff as we get ready for the first leg of the CONCACAF Champions League round of 16. The Red Bulls and Atletico Pantoja. And, of course, to watch that match, that'll be on yahoosports.com in English, Univision Deportes in Spanish, and also Red Bulls Radio. Another set piece and another win, so to speak, in the air for Red Bulls. This will be a throw-in for Phoenix Rising, but it's been all white in the box on the set pieces so far. Quick entry, that's denied though. That was Perez. Lewis takeaway and starts it forward. Second game of the CONCACAF. Will be at Red Bulls Arena on Wednesday. And then, of course, the MLS opener at Columbus March 2nd. And then back-to-back home matches, San Jose March 16th and Orlando City on March 23rd. Red Bulls 2 open with 3 straight at home at Montclair State Stadium. Swope Park Rangers March 9th, Nashville on March 24th, and Memphis 901 on March 29th. USL schedule starts earlier this year for Phoenix Rising in March. Be at San Antonio to open the season March 9. That ball's covered up by Nuhu for the Red Bulls. USL season going to be stretched out just a little bit this year, which will allow for more recovery. It'll be better soccer. Here's Bezecourt, who has not been involved a lot early, sends that ball a bit too far. Zach Lubin corrals it. Phoenix Rising changes direction. Ball a bit far forward. And a little back and forth old school American soccer. Kofi has to go back to retrieve. But Phoenix not quite bringing the pressure. We're at the midway point of the first half of action from Keno North Stadium in Tucson. No score. New York Red Bulls, Phoenix Rising. Another long service forward, but Red Bulls take it right back. I'll get a build-up. Nice touch. Crossing the box and just wide. Lowe made a strong move forward and had a lot of room to work on the left side. And that set the table for Da Silva. Good pace, great job staying onside. And then there's Silva. And, of course, that all started. The first touch was Bezecourt. So there's Bezecourt getting involved now. And a good opportunity for Red Bulls. That ball goes into touch and gives Red Bulls a pretty strong throw-in opportunity, almost at the top of the box, about 25 yards out. And everyone up. There's Nealis. New signee out of Hofstra. Interesting opportunities here. And then contact and then a foul called forward, so it'll be a restart for Phoenix Rising. Ooh, a little trouble with clearance. And there's that pressure. Red Bulls have control. Bezecourt. And that'll be a corner. That was a little saving play defensively. By Andrew Wheeler. First Red Bulls corner. Let's see who's going to take it. It is Bezecourt. Another long ball out of the back for Phoenix Rising, but it'll be deflected. And Nuhu advancing well out of the goal with some clearance. Red Bulls change direction. Ben Spencer sticking his nose in there. A little pressure. Spencer had some good looks early for Phoenix Rising. Now a long ball forward for the Red Bulls. The chase is on. It's retrieved by Austin Ledbetter. Not taking good care in the clearance, though. Now Ledbetter works it forward. Challenged. Again, Red Bull pressure making it very hard. Lubin. Ball in play for New York. They've got some opportunities. De Souza put it in the air. Now Red Bulls regroup. There's Loeb. Can't do anything with it. Come the other way for Phoenix Rising. 4v4. Little help. Nice through ball into the box. Right footer, and it's in. And Phoenix strikes first in the 29th minute. You know, it started as a counter, got 4 forward, but it was the through ball that did it all the way. It's Perez on the assist. And it's 1-0. Phoenix Rising. The goal scored by Jason Johnson. Johnson had 9 goals a year ago for the USL runner-ups. Takes advantage of very nice through ball by Perez. Perez is going to be part of this FC Tucson team this year. At that time, it wasn't as if the Red Bulls didn't get bodies back. But Perez put the ball in the right place, and really no opportunity for Nuhu to do anything with it. Into the final quarter hour now of the first half from Keno North Stadium. And the breeze at the back of the Red Bulls, and with the 53-degree temperature, you get in the shade, it is a little chilly. Not that anybody in the Northeast watching right now doesn't know that. Red Bulls off the throw-in. Loeb. Trying to keep it in play. There's Spencer mixing it up with De Silva. Red Bulls push it forward. Now in control of De Souza. De Souza leaves it. Big one-timer. A little too strong for Valot. And a goal kick coming for Phoenix Rising and Zach Lubin. He had 9 appearances for Lubin last year. 13 goals allowed. 3 clean sheets. 16 saves. Quick entry into the box. Phoenix Rising clears it, but into touch for the Red Bulls. Bezencourt. Bezencourt will give it up. Throw-in came by Loeb. Centering ball. Second chance. There's the equalizer. De Souza in the 32nd minute. 1-1. And not much Zach Lubin could do about that. There were several guys unmarked. And the best thing that happened for De Souza was that, I think that's Valot, couldn't quite do anything with the ball. It was off of Florian's foot. I don't think a scorekeeper would give an assist on that. And Valot definitely had a touch, but De Souza, does what you should do in that position. The path of least resistance. Put the ball on frame, and it's well done, and it is level at 1. Now the other end, Johnson looking for more. He had the first score for the Red Bulls. One-man pressure to Souza, trying to bring it forward. Red Bulls pressuring, even without numbers. Phoenix Rising now gets behind some of the defense. Long carry on the ball. There's Calistri. Calistri into the box. Only white shirts there. Ledbetter sends it forward. And that is across the box. No one home at the other end. Red Bull's going to throw it in their own end with a lot of pressure. Now, so much of the Red Bulls organization in the Dominican. John Wolenek is here, his 5th year as coach of Red Bulls 2. Renowned for his player development. He enjoys working with young players. Of course, 3 years ago, winners of the USL Cup, beating Swope Park Rangers, and then Eastern Conference Finals the last 2 years. And again, they had to play Louisville FC. Enough said. Some space from the left side. Nice centering ball. Johnson, gentle touch, and it bounces through to the keeper. That wasn't the worst idea, though. He didn't have a lot of room to really take a full strike. And didn't quite redirect that ball enough. Slow getting up as the Red Bulls come to midfield. Bezecourt. Gives it up. Here's Kofi. Now Bezecourt looking for some teammates to join in. There's Nealis. Nealis yields to Loeb. And this time Phoenix Rising won't push forward. Red Bulls work their way out of the back. But that ball comes through to Zach Lubin. Final 10 minutes now of the first half. Some contact in the air. Fouls against Johnson. And we'll get the restart. And there'll be a little attention given on the field. It's like a little cramping maybe going on. That was Jonathan Da Silva. So Da Silva and De Souza, both unsigned Brazilian players. De Souza again from Red Bull Brazil. And there's some sportsmanship. Johnson stretching out the opposition. You know, it's a little early in the year. It's a little cold out there. Why not help your mate? So nice stuff there from Jason Johnson. So the restart comes now in the 38th minute. You will notice, if you have been watching these matches, that there's very little stoppage added. Teams want the play to go on. Officials have no interest in dragging things out. So even when there's been some kind of an injury stoppage, there's been very little time added, particularly in the first half. De Souza bringing some pressure. Ball's cleared to the midline, and it'll go right back to the Red Bulls. 1-1 goals, 3 minutes apart. Johnson from Perez in the 29th for Phoenix Rising. De Souza in the 32nd. Another Red Bulls player down. And that's Bezecourt. Of course, Bezecourt coming back from a knee injury. Always going to be a little concern if he hits the deck. Does not appear he's holding an ankle. No, it does not appear to be a repeat of the MCL. Oh, here's a loose ball turnover. Another chance for De Souza. Nice pass back. And Lewis, a little too strong. But De Souza, 2 chances there. Well, he fits in with the Red Bull way. And a nice recovery after the first shot. Very unselfish. Had a good sense of Lewis being there. And left it to him. Amarildo De Souza, active in this first half. Not sure if he'll see any time in the second half. Most of this group is scheduled to come off after 45 minutes. Few of them will remain. And that touch is going to set up a corner for the Red Bulls. As we get into the final 5 minutes of the first half of action. 1-1 at Keno North Stadium in Tucson. Glad you're with us. Of course, in Red Bull country, you're getting fired up for Champions League. Red Bull Radio's coming up soon. Of course, the big news for the MLS side, Aaron Long, Defender of the Year, was signed on Monday. And looking at the academy kids, both the U17 and U15 sides have advanced in the 2 competitions going on right now. Generation Adidas for the U17s and the Ryder Cup for the U15s. Good work by the Phoenix Rising defense, but again, a little danger when you try to clear the ball back to your keeper. That Red Bull pressure is there, and they don't allow much of a clearance. There it is. Little chipper into the box. Bezecourt on the foot. Sends it back to the middle. Didn't quite get what he wanted out of it, but possession still to the Red Bulls. Here's Loeb. Bezecourt. Now, Bezecourt's a guy we probably will see more of in the second half. Wanted to get a good look at both him and Valot. So if there's any 2 guys who are going to play in the second half, it's those 2. The French contingent of the midfield. Another retreat to the keeper, and there's De Silva lurking. Well, this is a good lesson for Phoenix Rising, playing against this pressure. And there's Christophe Kofi twice getting in the way of clearance. Phoenix Rising now to the attacking end. It's Perez for a moment. Blunted by Loeb. Phoenix Rising regrouping. Final 2 minutes plus stoppage of the first half. Oh, another dangerous clearance, and they pay the price. Ball sent in. That was offside. But possession is retained. Christophe Kofi in the middle of that whole mess again. Took away the clearance. That's how this all happened. Lubin a little lackadaisical, and Christophe Kofi stepped in, and big opportunity. And Lubin hit the deck, so we're going to get a restart here. Question where the ball is going to be restarted from. I think Vicente Bezecourt wanted it in the sun because it's more pleasant. But Guido Gonzalez Jr. says, no, you will restart from the shade. With the left, outswinger. Ball's on the ground. One-timer, second chance, third chance. That's deflected wide. I would have thought that would be a corner, but it's not. Angle on the ball, so that was a little bit of a shank for Lewis on the third attempt. And again, you know, one-timers in space, none of these terrible ideas. And that one just got pulled aside. We'll have 1 minute of stoppage. And the Red Bulls are really pressing with this group, trying to get one more. All in all, though, a successful hap. It was a miscue that led to the Phoenix Rising goal. And a very good answer just 3 minutes later. So we're in the minute of stoppage. Red Bulls have the attack, taking their time. Nealis to the keeper. Red Bulls just looking for the opportunity here. There's Lima. Ball's forward. There's some time. Here's Tamir. Nice crossover. Lost possession. And the ball's in close. Boy, Tamar Lewis had a really good idea there. Couldn't quite retain possession while being challenged after he crosses over. And there's the whistle, and that's the end of the first half of action. Well, a lot of faces you're going to see playing for Red Bulls 2 this year on the road. They get the equalizer in the 32nd minute. Phoenix Rising. A lot of guys you're going to see playing for FC Tucson. The future is now at the Mini Mobile Sun Cup. Halftime in Tucson, Arizona. 1-1. We are all level. We'll step aside for a few minutes. Be back with first half highlights of a second half of action. This is the Mobile Mini Sun Cup. Ready for second half action. Keno North Stadium, Tucson, Arizona. Yes, that is a beautiful blue Arizona sky. That's what you people back east wait for. That's why baseball's out here, too. That starts this weekend. Let's take a look at first half action. Lots of chances for the Red Bulls, but again, it was that little ball forward. Great opportunity. In the middle of things early, Spencer combining with Calistri. And then this ball that went through, and this is one that actually scored. And Jason Johnson, the opportunist, made it 1-0. This was 29th minute. But 3 minutes later, Red Bulls get it back off the pressure, and it was Bezecourt to the middle. Little quick touch, and there's the finish by the young Brazilian De Souza. 1-1. And Red Bulls had more chances. Look at this, 3 cracks at it with some one-timers. Not pretty, but again, relentless in the pressure. And that's what you want, and that's how we've gotten to 1-1 as we get ready for the second half to begin. All right, expecting a lot of new faces. We'll just kind of pick it up as we go along here. And I see Chris Lima is still out there, and that's what we expected. We think Lima, Velat, and Bezecourt will continue to play at least into the second half. And then we'll see who else joins the party for the Red Bulls. Nuhu is getting the gloves off now. So we'll see which of the other goalkeepers goes in. And actually both the goalkeepers, I don't think we have numbers. Yes, we do. Looks like Kilwine Preston is in the net right now. So we'll spend the first few minutes of the second half just kind of eyeballing who is in the match. 1-1, expecting again major substitutions for Red Bulls. I see Roy Boateng is out there. Alan Yanis is on the field. Yeah, Velat stays in. Bezecourt stays in, so this was definitely the plan. And Lima's going to stay out there. Lima will probably play more minutes than anyone. Tom Barlow is out on the pitch right now. Ben Mines. Yeah, we'll just keep counting until we get to 11. So Lima, Valet, and Bezecourt remain. And then Yanis, Boateng, Mines, and Barlow. Oh, Edgardo Rito is out there. It'd be nice to see him play. Just shown up. He's on loan from Venezuela, Fundación Yorquianos. He'll be a strong backline player. Preston Kilwine is in the match, not in goal. Oh, now it appears Nuhu is going to stay in. They were warming up some other... And I say that, let's see, is that still Nuhu? Yes, it is. So Nuhu stays in as well. All right, we've ID'd 10 of 11 for Red Bulls. And we'll pick up the rest of us as we go. Barlow playing in the top. Ball comes back to Rito. Boateng. Now we work the other side of the field with Kilwine. And Jared Stroud is our 11th guy. So Yanis, Kilwine, Boateng, Rito, Stroud, Mines, and Barlow are the 7 substitutions for Red Bulls to start the second half. Now we'll start trying to pick up everybody for Phoenix. And again, we expect many of those starters to stay in a bit longer. Little contact. Red Bull's still in play. Nice centering, and there's the goal. Just like that. Opening of a second half, Jared Stroud makes it 2-1. Pretty simple stuff, a little two-man game. Try to get a look at who had the assist. But it was definitely Stroud on the finish in the 47th. So second group comes in, goes right to work. Phoenix Rising trying to start it forward. Lubin looks like still in the net. And upon further review, the assist will go to Ben Mines. So Mines and Stroud come into the match and connect immediately. There's Mines again. Drops it deep into the 6. Ball is not cleared. Valo to the top. Now a little bit of a reset. There's a good save. Second chance. In close. And the rebound goal, making that look easy. Taking out the trash. There is Florian Valo. And it's 3-1. Now the inability to clear. That was a good save by Lubin. Valo pounces on the loose ball. And you'll see him here coming in from the right. Not enough help on Nevens. Oh, and a little nutmeg job at the end. That never is going to look good on the tape. Victim of that, Kyle Bjornathan, veteran USL player. He's been in a few matches. He knows better than that. Opportunity forward for Phoenix Rising. We're kind of working through all the numbers here. So far, I haven't found any substitutions. It looks like the original 11 for Phoenix Rising. That ball's in deep. A little challenge, and this will be a corner coming up for Phoenix Rising. Nice work in the air, but that'll be a goal kick. Red Bulls get too early after being level at 1 at the half, 47th and 49th minute. And Red Bulls come at it again. All right, we've checked through all of our Phoenix Rising. Same 11, starting the second half. Again, it's kind of a split squad like baseball spring training. Whole nother group will play against the Portland Timbers coming up. That'll be at 6 p.m. Mountain Time. And for those of you watching on Phoenix website, you will see that match as well with our crew from the Portland Timbers. Well, that ball's in way too close, and there is another Red Bulls goal in this second group with a vengeance. Tom Barlow in the 52nd. 3 scores, 5 minutes. Red Bulls putting on the show. Again, good ball. Got that started. No support from the defense. Some good fresh legs. I think we're going to have an assist on that. We'll check on who released that ball. That was just over the center line, and Barlow had all the room in the world to work and got in way too close. And you can't put any of these 3 goals on Zach Lubin. Lubin made a really nice save, and the assist is Bezecourt. He's done a really nice job as a creator in this match. You know, mentioned early, didn't call his name much in about the first 10 minutes, but then he started to be the guy getting involved. Now a little contact, Bezecourt. And here's how it happened. And it was not only Bezecourt with the ball, but it was his takeaway. I mean, just not enough defense to deny Barlow. So Stroud and Barlow come into the match at the half, and they get goals. Here's a restart for Calistri. Bends it in. Ball still in play for Phoenix. It was not controlled. Wheeler got frozen a little bit. And there's Valla now being really aggressive in the second half. It was De Souza early. Of course, De Souza is out now. Here's an opportunity for Phoenix right in the middle. One-timer, too strong. That was Perez. Had a little room to work, too. Keeper was going to be in trouble. More pressure by Red Bulls. Oh, coming in close and strong. There's Barlow again. I'll scrap the midfield. Phoenix rising. Building into something. Ledbetter got it started. Still in play. Bjornathan. Johnson. Johnson had some opportunities in the first half. He puts the ball into touch, but it'll still be a Phoenix throw-in. Last touch was by Valla. Whistle, a little advisory. Guido Gonzalez Jr., again, our man in the middle, kept his cards in the dark so far. No bookings. Just some advisories. And frankly, these teams have played pretty clean. There's been some contact, but none of it vicious. All these young players out there, everyone's eager to get some work done. They don't have time to beef. There'll be enough to beef about later in the year. You know, it's highly conceivable many of these players will face each other in USL play. The Red Bulls, who end up with Red Bulls 2, and of course Phoenix Rising. And make no mistake, after finishing as the runner-up last year, Phoenix Rising's ambition is big in USL, and their ambition is big to have an MLS franchise one day. That's what this organization's about. That ball a little strong. Service created by Stroud, who has one of the goals here in the second half. So our last match of the day, coming up at 6 p.m. Mountain Time. More Phoenix Rising against the Portland Timbers. And then our final 3 days of the competition begin at 11 a.m. Mountain Time, 1 p.m. Eastern on Saturday. That'll be FC Dallas, or excuse me, that'll be Red Bulls versus FC Dallas. Phoenix Rising, OKC Energy, and Timbers versus RSL. Stroud continues to be in the middle of things. Bezecourt, who's played the whole match up till now. Should see some warming up and some Red Bull subs coming in the next few minutes. On the move, that's Rito, the Venezuelan. Stroud. Now Bezecourt sends it in, headed out of harm's way, still in play though. And now it will be a corner, and Bezecourt will take this. Quick start. Made it look like a long ball, but sent it short. Now he gets it back. And that was a tough offside decision with everybody moving laterally. The restart coming for Phoenix Rising. Red Bull scoring. De Souza in the 32nd, Stroud in the 47th, Vallet in the 49th, Barlow in the 52nd minute. Now Phoenix Rising has their 6 bench players warming up. They may just be getting warm. Red Bulls, middle of the field. Rito. Now Rito showing some nice offensive flair coming out of the back. They like what they see of him at right back. That's why he was signed. That ball goes awry, and throw in coming from the Red Bulls in deep. Bezecourt races for it. Stroud into the box. Still in play for Red Bulls. Oh, now some help is needed. There it is, sent in, deflected, check and chance. Stroud can't get there. Body moving in the wrong direction, but it's still in play for Red Bulls. Chris Lima. Ooh, Lima goes down just at top of the box. That's a play on. And Red Bulls retreat now with Roy Boateng collecting. Lima, nice chip forward. Deep to the corner for Barlow. Barlow's already scored in the match. Rito. Deflection to midfield. Now break opportunity for Phoenix. And a full speed Calistri. Calistri waiting for help. Gets help. He's got to keep possession, though. And does not. So he'll press a little bit. But the Red Bulls will deny. We're just past the 1 hour mark. And Red Bulls with a commanding 4-1 lead. 2 of those goals scored by the reserves. And now substitutions coming for Red Bulls. So this should be the end of the day for Bezecourt and Valo, maybe Lima. Kyle Zazek ready to come in, and Sebastian Elney. And for Phoenix, Colin Stripling. As the warm-up off. Along with Miguel Salazar. So this will all be coming to pass. Now, they have not checked in with the 4th official yet. The 2 Red Bull subs that we talked about have. Johnson, nice pass in the box. Chance for a turn, and just not quite the angle for Ben Spencer. He kept working the defender and looked like he'd have the opportunity, but Giannis was there. And good service here, and Giannis just stays on him, does not let him get his body squared properly. And here come our substitutions. So Kyle Zavdik comes in, and Sebastian Elney, and they will replace Valet and Lima. So Bezecourt stays in. And then for Phoenix, as we said, Stripling and Salazar come on. And Perez is out. Perez very active, and then Andrew Wheeler is out. No contact, foul. Restart for New York. So I suspect the only major, I don't know if Rick Shantz will go to his whole bench, but Red Bulls may take Bezecourt out at some point. Again, the 2 French players coming back from knee injuries, looking strong. You know, this is that time you're considered recovered medically, but you still have to get back into game pace. And Bezecourt showed a lot. Good movement, good connective tissue. Had the assist on the 4th goal. And, of course, this is the group that will be here on Saturday playing FC Dallas. I don't think we're going to get anybody back from the DR to join this team unless there's an individual situation. So it'll be good minutes for this group. And again, great chance for John Welenek. His 5th year now as coach of Red Bulls 2. Get a sense of his team, and of course doing what he does well, developing players, getting them to work together. Some good things out there today for the Red Bulls. Little space on the left side for Red Bulls. Now in the box. And a little too strong. I believe that was Mines. I'm going to check that. That was 77. Giannis. We hope you're enjoying all the coverage from Tucson. This little 3-week period. This, of course, the premier preseason tournament, the Mobile Mini Sun Cup. Seems like coming down here a little. You'd think, oh, it's Arizona, it's the desert. But I'll tell you what, Phoenix is a little different. Phoenix is a big city. These teams like to spend some time here in Tucson. There's some games in Casa Grande, Oro Valley, nearby, and then, of course, at Phoenix Rising at their very sharp facility. There's a ball. And a nice finish for Phoenix Rising. A little bit of relentlessness there, and it is 4-2. And that's the man you think would have the opportunity, Calistri. Overcame the defender. Look at that. That was a tough angle for him, too, and I think the keeper got a piece of it, and I'm going to say the assist will go to Stripling. In the 67th, and it's 4-2 in favor of New York. So we're right at the midway point of the second half, and now more changes. Looks like Red Bulls will go for a new goalkeeper now. Francesco Montali is talking with John Wolenek. And off the bench, Chris Tiao is getting ready. And Sal Esposito. So I would say almost for sure that Bezecourt will be coming out at this time. Red Bulls 4, Phoenix Rising 2. Just over 20 minutes remaining. A little bit of shadow now creeping across the field as we get into the late afternoon. And Phoenix Rising will put it into play, but here come the substitutions. As we said, Francisco Montale will go into the net to replace Nuhu. Sal Esposito is on. And Chris Tiao is on. And Bezecourt is out. I didn't see who the other field player was who came out of the match. So it was somebody who came in at intermission is already subbed out. So 23 players have seen match action for Red Bulls. But again, with this group, which is a lot of the twos, academy players, trialists. Nice run on a lot of space from the right. Chance for Rito. Rito may be the most impressive and experienced of this group, the Venezuelan. Salazar tries to get things going for Phoenix Rising. There he goes again. And even with younger players on, Phoenix Rising wisely regroups. There's a little bit of that Red Bull pressure. That is Elney, who's got good size, good frame on him. Challenging. And the ball goes into touch. So a turnover there. Phoenix Rising thought they had something going with Carlston Hamlin. Johnson still in for Phoenix Rising. It's a touch forward. No one there, though. Red Bulls will retreat. Yeah, we're just a half hour away from Red Bulls Radio. Setting the table for CONCACAF Champions League action from Dominican Republic. Return match, second leg, Wednesday at Red Bull Arena. MLS opener at Columbus, March 2nd. Home opener, San Jose, the Earthquakes. Team I grew up with. March 16th. Of course, you know, if you're a purist, and aren't we all, remember the new MLS San Jose Earthquakes are the Houston Dynamo now. And now Guido Gonzalez has found his discipline packet, and we have yellow. And the offender may also be the aggrieved party. And Calistri, who stayed out there for quite a while, has played the entire match, is the guy who comes up. Well, let's see. So the yellow would have been charged to Zajic. More the Phoenix Rising bench getting loose. They have 4 more subs available. Believe it or not, we talked about the 23 Red Bulls who have played. There's 6 more guys. I think they had enough pennies, you know, to denote who's on the bench. It's a big organization. Makes a lot of moves. It's always great to see him out here. It's been our pleasure over the last few years. One of the teams we've covered with all of our coverage, and of course you've gotten to hear our coverage with a lot of different announcers. We have some team announcers that come in, and some of us who are part of the whole MLS group who happily share in telling the story. Neil Sika was here from the Columbus Crew, even though the Crew wasn't here. Neil's brought you some of these games. Got the great Portland Timbers crew. Jake Zevin and Ross Smith. Carter Baum here from FC Dallas. Calistri settled that down, was just a little bit wide. Calistri scored the second Phoenix Rising goal in the 67th minute. I think he's a guy you're going to see a lot of this year. Last with St. Louis, team that just snuck into the playoffs last year. And we're in the final quarter hour. Sockers coaching staff's looking for some combinations. Who plays well with others? Phoenix Rising throw in on the attacking end. Bjornathan. And we'll go the other way. Red Bulls will throw in. And Phoenix Rising finishes the Mobile Mini Sun Cup Saturday against OKC Energy. All USL matchup. And then opens at San Antonio on March 9th. And the home opener will be against New Mexico United. Again, Bjornathan now doing all the throw-in duties. Spencer in deep. Spencer's gotten good minutes today and showed a lot of flash early. Got in position. He was part of that combo that was offside early on with Calistri. That would have been an early score for Phoenix Rising. Out of that contact, and the Red Bulls dissenting a bit. DeGato Gonzalez Jr. Good restart. Just about at the 18 mark in the corner. Calistri sends it in. Far post, bit too far. And that's a goal kick. Well, it was a good idea, and he had a big man there in Stripling. But to no avail. And Montali will put it back into play. Again, the second goalkeeper, who subbed in at about the 65th minute. I don't think we'll see many changes unless some of the Phoenix Rising starters get a breather, don't have to finish. Calistri's been out there. Johnson, of course, and Ben Spencer. Trouble here. Here's Rito. Rito has done a really good job creating space for himself. I don't know if he's just being disregarded, but boy, he's had a lot of room to work on that right side when he's had possession. Throwing for Phoenix Rising. Our side midfield coming down to the final 10 minutes of play. New York Red Bulls 4, Phoenix Rising 2. MLS preseason action, Keno North Stadium, Tucson, Arizona. And two more Phoenix Rising substitutions. There's a ball right in the box, and bingo, bango, bongo. That was way too easy for Elney, and Mines gets his second assist of the match. It is 5-2. 81st minute. Mines, again, a lot of room on that right side. And he had a couple of options. And that's a pretty easy tap-in for Sebastian Elney. And you see Lupin, Zach Lupin, you know, there are no stats obviously kept in this match, but I don't think Zach Lupin's had a fighting chance on any of the 5 New York goals. And 2 more substitutions now coming on for Phoenix. Waska, who's played in the back quietly, is out, along with Gilbert Oort. Well, we didn't even get a chance to talk about those 2 today. Oort, kind of an interesting Dutch player, 19 years old. Just quietly doing their job on the back line. But in now, Amir Mokhtar and Kyle Van Alstyne. And those are both guest players. Play a little unsettled in the midfield. Phoenix Rising retains possession. About 7 minutes remaining. Good pressure in the back. Pressure brought by Phoenix. And now a little attention on the New York Red Bulls bench. Little freeze on the finger there. Meanwhile, Phoenix Rising showing a little scrap here in the late stages. With some fresh legs in the game. That's Chris Tiao getting the attention on his hand. So Red Bulls playing with 10 on the field right now. And 5 minutes remaining. Oh, Phoenix Rising. Looking a little frisky. They'd like to put one more in the back of the net. They scored first in the 29th, and their second goal in the 67th after they trailed 4-1. Opportunity goes awry for Phoenix Rising. That was Miguel Salazar. Looks like we had a little sub on the fly there. Marcel Berry is on now. So that would be 24 players have now seen action. Oh, there's some big contact there. We'll see if that's a booking. Makta, the offender. And, of course, trying to lessen the impact by going over to help the player he took down. He will still get the yellow. Jared Stroud. Well, that was a little vociferous for this late in the match. So only the second yellow, and again, impressive with younger players that haven't worked together. Overall, some really good performance, especially for these young Red Bulls. And after being the victim, Stroud will be the restart. Stroud scored the first goal after intermission, what is proving to be the game winner. And that is too strong and wide left. And Lubin will put it back into play for Phoenix Rising. So the Red Bulls draw with Portland. We'll have a victory, and we'll play one more time with this group on Saturday, 1 o'clock Eastern. You will see that in Red Bull's Facebook world. So there will be 2 minutes of stoppage, so about 4 more minutes of soccer. And Phoenix Rising plays OKC Energy on Saturday. Whistle, and something going on away from the ball drew Guido Gonzalez's attention. That'll be a New York restart. And that was Spencer. Boy, Spencer going the whole 90 for Phoenix Rising. They'll come back with Adam John against the Timbers in the second match on top of their offense. That's going to be a Phoenix Rising ball after the contact. And again, the 2 minutes of stoppage about to be shown to both teams. Red Bulls will retreat and go right back to work. Ball unsettled in the middle. Phoenix Rising has control, then turns it over. And again, the right side is wide open. Giannis brings it forward. Giannis crosses in the box. One touch. Ball is loose. Goalkeeper will clear it away. Stroud again in the kill zone. Didn't quite have the angle. Couldn't get a foot on it. About a minute left of action. Get your look at all the goals here before we say goodbye. 7 in all. If you came here for offense, you win. And the Red Bulls showed a lot of variety in offense. Again, they're really excellent first 30 minutes against Portland in the 2-2 draw. A good omen. And then today, an offensive explosion of a second half. Really, with the second of the second group, the young people. All good omens for all levels of the Red Bulls organization. Little poke check. Ooh, and then an inadvertent collision there. That's going to sting. So that was Salazar down for Phoenix Rising. And then Stroud got his face a little too close to the ball. Salazar bends it in. Out of the box. And that is going to be it. Guido Gonzalez points to the center circle. And the match is over. The Red Bulls, a draw and a victory now in their first 2 appearances of the Mobile Mini Sun Cup. New York 5 and Phoenix Rising 2. Again, a lot of offense to show you as we take a look back at the match. And it started really early when Phoenix Rising almost scored on a play that was offside. And then Johnson does get the first ball in the 29th minute to make it 1-1. De Souza leveled it at 1. And then we get him a second half, and New York's young guys really get busy. Stroud first, then Vallo, 3-1 in the 49th, and then Barlow from Bezecourt, as Bezecourt really working his magic, playing some longer minutes. There was Calistri in the 67th to make it 4-2, and Elney with the excuse me goal. Mines made that look simple. And that's how we get to our final, 5-2. Well, that'll do it for your first part of your Red Bulls day. Get ready for Red Bulls Radio coming up. Just 10 minutes. We'll get you ready for Champions League action from the Dominican Republic. We'll be back with you, the Mobile Mini Sun Cup, Saturday afternoon, 1 p.m. Eastern, Red Bulls and FC Dallas. For all of our crew here in Tucson, I'm Bob Akamian. Thanks for joining us. You've been watching the 2019 Mobile Mini Sun Cup. This is MLS Preseason.